And then when we started the coaching, um, I'll never forget. I think it was like the first one or second one. You asked me what the role of a father is, and I was able to rattle off all the things that, what I think the role is of raising your kids and teaching them all sorts of life skills and things like that. And then you asked me what the role of father was without the kids, and I was completely stumped. I had no answer. And I think I said something like, um, just be there when they need me. And that's all I had. And you said the role of a father when your kids are not in your life is to take care of you. This is when you focus on yourself to rebuild and become the best version of yourself in preparation for when they return. And that was like the biggest perspective shift that I had that started off the whole 8 week journey, which it was like, it led to the whole concept of letting go and the power of letting go, right? And refocusing my energy on myself to grow and experience my life so that when they come back, I wasn't this desperate, anxious, version of myself that wasn't me. And then learning that they feed off of that energy and they don't want to be around someone who's in such bad shape. So it was like taking this time to really focus on myself and getting myself in a position that when I do see them, I'll be the best version of myself. And it's really helped me better myself, get more prepared, and some of the results are already showing through feedback I'm getting from my ex, or feedback I'm getting from my kids or friends and family, that they're actually noticing a shift and they're complimenting me on the efforts I've made. So getting that acknowledgement that, what I'm doing is working, knows that the process, it's a sound process. And if you stick to it, most likely you'll get good results from it. And so that's really, really helped me work through the situation. I joined the site or made that first call based on the testimonials I watched. Hearing the other dads explain their situations, talk about the benefits, and also communicate in such an articulate manner was impressive to me, thinking I could actually relate to these people. And these are people that are, that want to persevere and have a lot of grit. And I would say that if that is in your personality type and you're open to bettering yourself and learning new skills and into self-care and expanding your mind, then it's the perfect program for you, because I didn't expect to learn as much as I did from you. I wasn't, there was no real playbook that we read in advance before these sessions. And right from the first one, all the different tools on lowering anxiety and breathing exercises to getting me to stop drinking coffee and the benefits of, reducing the bad habits. I almost wasn't prepared for it. I thought it was just going to be sessions about tactics on what to say and do. And it really became more about me and growing as a person and bettering myself. And I would say that it was the most unexpected part of this journey, and the part of it that I'm most grateful for. The first sort of realization was just the awareness of what the issue was. Stumbling upon your site, having that first conversation with you, and realizing that I was not the only one going through this. And it was like the first time anyone had any answers to what I was experiencing. And then joining the group and getting to talk to some of the other fathers and join the group calls, to hear the stories that were so similar to mine and almost the exact wording that they were hearing back from their exes or their kids, was just a huge relief, knowing that I'm not the only one going through this. And with a collective of people trying out ideas and ways to counteract this, it gave me hope that, through this group of people, we can all come together to find solutions that work, don't work, try things out, and, really have, you know, the backup to consult with people before making any further mistakes or causing any further damage or going down a legal route and costing too much money with no results. It's like just having that support system was like the the biggest sort of awakening for me. Vaping constantly, drinking way too much coffee. I was pretty much pumped up and feeding myself with all the all the depressants and stimulants to drive my anxiety sort of through the roof. I was at my wit's end, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I was a mess before I started. It was right around the holiday season, and haven't seen my kids in months, and I was making every mistake in the book, just completely unsure of what was happening, why it was happening, no real awareness that this was a real issue, you know. I wasn't tracking sort of all the steps of alienation, until I stumbled upon your group and did the research. I have two girls, 19 and 17. It was definitely a constant drain on my energy to always be thinking about the kids and what sort of new solutions I was going to put in place to try to counteract what was happening, and plans that kept getting, canceled last minute, money I had spent to take them to events and things that they canceled on me last minute and I couldn't get refunds. I mean, all sorts of things that were happening. Unsure really what the best route to take. It was really consuming my mind for, I mean, months and months. Um, and actually, work was a healthy distraction. But when I think back at it, I wasn't fully focused during my work days as I am now. Sort of the added benefit to the program outside of just the coaching sessions would be access to the community, which I didn't really learn about until we first talked and you gave me access. And knowing that the platform and the app works similar to like a Facebook, where you could chat with other dads, you can post, you could share videos, and to me, that's sort of the gravy on top of the coaching, because you have constant access to all the other dads. Everybody's sort of always motivating each other to do better, or encouraging people to work out more, or someone could post an issue they're having and they get a whole bunch of responses back on ways to either um, respond to what they're dealing with in their life, or just being there for support, which has been fantastic. And also the fact that you could just pick up the phone and call one of the other dads who you've related to or is in a similar situation or has the same age kids as you, and they're available any time of day, and they can give you support or insight while you're dealing with a situation. There were dads that were in the middle of something, waiting in their car. I think their kids wouldn't come out of the ex's house. And so he got on the phone with one of the other dads, and the dad sort of coached him through it because he'd been through a similar situation. And I think, um, you know, having access to the other dads, being part of the group calls, being part of other sessions that you hold, where you bring specialists in, or people that have gone through this, or kids that have gone through this on the opposite side, are all extra value to the coaching that, to me, I've found one of the greatest assets of this whole program. And I'm really glad that I'm going to have access for many more months past our coaching sessions and develop these relationships even further with this group of men.